I grew up in Berlin, a city sliced in two. The West was full of light, colors, shops, music, freedom. The East, where I lived, was gray, silent, and watched. Our leaders told us we were protected by the wall. But we knew the truth. It was a prison wall, stretching over 150 kilometers, topped with barbed wire and guarded by watchtowers. It split families and futures. If you tried to cross, you risked death. And many did. Hundreds died trying. The wall was built overnight in August 1961. My parents said, it was like the world froze. We couldn't visit cousins. My best friend's family vanished. One morning, moved to the West. Just before the border sealed. Letters were censored. Phones were tapped. Life became a routine of fear. You kept your head down, trusted no one, and said nothing outside the home. The Stasi, the East German secret police, had ears everywhere. But change was coming. In the late 1980s, Eastern Europe was stirring. In Poland, the Solidarity movement gained strength. Hungary began dismantling border fences. In Leipzig and Dresden, people marched every Monday demanding reform. Were Sinn das Volk. They chanted, "We are the people." The East German regime tried to hold firm, but the cracks were spreading. By early November 1989, protests had swelled into the hundreds of thousands. The pressure was unbearable. On November 9th, a government official mistakenly announced on live television that East Germans could now cross the border. Immediately, no one was sure if it was real. But that night, we gathered anyway, tens of thousands of us at checkpoints like Bornholmer Strasse and Checkpoint Charlie. I was there, pressed in a crowd, heart racing. We waited, expecting soldiers to raise their guns. But they didn't. The guards looked just as confused as us. Then, one by one, they opened the gates. No shots, just stunned silence. Then cheers, then tears. People climbed the wall, waved flags, played music. West Berliners handed us flowers, chocolate, beer. We didn't know each other, but we embraced like family. Someone handed me a hammer, and I took my first swing. I watched dust rise as concrete. Once a death sentence crumbled in my hands. The Cold War didn't end that night, but something massive shifted. The Iron Curtain was no longer unbreakable. Within a year, Germany was reunified. The wall, which once seemed eternal, became rubble scattered across museums, memorials, and keychains. I am a witness to the fall of the Berlin Wall. I watched a city breathe again. I saw freedom, not arrive, but return. And I will never forget the sound. Not a shout or an explosion, but the quiet crumble of fear giving way to hope.